Today I want to talk to you about how you can get back that creative energy that you once had as a child. My name is Sari Cecilia and I am an artist, I'm a spiritual coach and an intuitive teacher as well. So I figured that there was 3 major steps that I discovered myself of how to get back that creative energy that I once had. Now it came to me during a meditation where I had my eyes closed. So if you want to do this with me now, it will actually help you bring back that energy right now. So I had my eyes closed and I was meditating. But you just need to close your eyes now if you're in a quiet space and think back to that very, very first memory that you had as a child doing something creatively. Were you drawing? Were you painting? Were you on holiday somewhere and picked up a stick and some mud? Were you doing something like that? Were you at school? Was that the first time that you drew? Go back to that memory. And once you do that, you have completed step 1 of my 3 steps, going back to that memory. Because if we have access to that memory now as an adult, it's still with us. That creative energy is actually still with you. So that was the first thing that I discovered. And that moved me to step 2. Step 2 was now as an adult acknowledging that. Oh well, if I can access that memory of the child now as an adult, that means that energy is still with me. So in acknowledging it, it brings it to your conscious awareness that you can still access that creative energy you had as a child. When I think back to my first memory, I was actually drawing, sitting on the floor, leaning on a coffee table in front of the telly, drawing an ostrich. I used to love drawing birds, and I think I was about 6 years old. So I can close my eyes now and see that child, myself, drawing, and know that that creative energy is still with me. So when I get stuck or I get judgmental, if I'm thinking, oh, I'm not really good enough to draw, I can go back to that memory. And in step 2, in acknowledging that, I can see that that energy was quite pure. It was innocent. It was untainted with my thoughts of, am I doing it right? Or, because if I wasn't doing it right when I was 6, I'd just correct it. I'd self-correct, and there was absolutely no judgment. It was a moving flow to moving forward. So that's step number 2, acknowledging it as an adult. And step number 3 is really simple. It's a choice. You choose whether you believe in that energy and want to access it, or if you don't, that's okay too. You don't have to access it. But if you're looking and exploring to accessing some more creativity and you feel a call to do that, then step number 3 is really important. You make the choice that you can access that energy whenever you want, however you want, and without the judgment and without it being tainted, pure and innocent, like when you were a child. So those are my 3 steps today to how you can access your creative energy. And I spoke a little bit about meditations today. So tomorrow I want to talk to you about meditation techniques that I use to call back those memories. I have 2 things I want to say to you before I go. Number 1, what was your memory? What did you actually come up with? What did you think of? What was that first memory you had as a child? I'd love to hear it. So comment below. I'd love to read that. Secondly, the second thing I want to say to you is, I've forgotten. Okay, so I'll probably mention it tomorrow. So meditation tomorrow is just some quick techniques of how you can access it. Oh, I remembered. If you found this difficult, if you try to do it with me now and you found it difficult, you couldn't access the memory of yourself as a child without judging yourself, you probably didn't go far enough. When we are sort of preteen, teenager or preteen, we remember ourselves drawing and we were a child, but we had that judgment. The preteen years, we start being more self-conscious and judging ourselves. So if you found that memory of a child with some judgment or tainted a little, go back further. Go back further when you were about 4 or 5 and you picked up that crayon or the paintbrush when you were really young and things were clear and crisp. That's the memory we're going to contact, and that's the memory we'll work on tomorrow in our meditation. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for everyone who is watching. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.